Hey everyone, good morning and welcome to AskSpot Office Hours live health sessions. So this is where you can ask quick questions about AskSpot and get live help. So feel free to just type it in the chats or you can also unmute your mic if you want. That's fine too. And on this live builds, I will also show I also tend to show different AskSpot tools that work in real use cases. So before we start, let me just say good morning to everyone that's here on the call. We have Dimitri. Hey, Dimitri, nice to see you here. Robin, good morning. Chandrakant, good morning. Steve, Tom, Hal, good morning, you guys. Thank you for joining. We have Keith on the call. Good morning, Keith. We have Paul, we have Mark. Nice to see you here, you guys. We have Dawn, we have Dwayne. Wow, thank you guys for joining. We have James also on the call. So, guys, if you need anything at all, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop it. Okay. If you're building something in Aspat and you need some, perspective, this is where you can share those or ask those questions that you might have. And also, today we're also going to build something that every service pro wishes they had. So we're going to build what I call a missed call rescue bot for real estate agents. Okay. I know some of you guys are working with real estate agents. So this is a cool new thing that we can show them, that we can build inside a spot and share with them. So like what I said, if you offer AI services to local businesses or to real estate pros, this is a plug and play lead capture system that you can sell or include in your packages. I will be providing a template, a link later at the end of this call, and feel free to rebrand it. Feel free to white label it. So just make sure to change a couple of things in there. I'll show you later. And then you have a perfect client demo. So it's super easy to explain, to show and to build with AskSpot. This is also a clear value add because it helps save time, it improves response rate, and it feels really professional. And this is also a repeatable asset. So you can always adapt this for lawyers, med spas, contractors, so you name it. You know your audience well, your clients well, so you can always repeat this asset for them too. So here's our big idea. Okay, so we have our client persona. We'll be building this missed call rescue bot for Tony. He's a solo real estate agent in Austin, Texas, and his challenge is that he often missed call during showings and loses potential clients due to slow or no follow up. So, what he needs right now is an AI assistant that can assist the lead after the missed call to answer basic questions, maybe schedule showings, and also collect the lead's information. So, all of this is going to be done without the agent having to step in and I mean, we're creating this for a busy real estate agent. So all the thing that he needs to do is set up the auto reply. From, I think, in iPhone you can set up an auto reply when you miss a call. So it can be something like, hey, I'm tied up at the moment, but my assistant can help you right away. Just tap here, and then if the caller taps on that, boom, they were directed to this bot that can help them answer any questions that they would ask Tony. And and then the AI would also collect their name, their email, the details of their property of interest. And then the AI can also suggest some listings based on what it has on its knowledge base. So we're also going to add the listings directory or the listings knowledge base to the AI. And then we will also prompt the AI to offer to schedule a showing to that potential lead. So that's what we are going to build today. You guys, let's get started. Let me just exit out of this screen and go to my AskSpot account. And then let's see. I think the best tool to use for this is Spotlight. You can also use a chatbot if you want, guys, if you want to incorporate this into a website. I think chatbot is the best way to do that. But right now, let's use this Spotlight. So Okay, that's loading, fetching records, loading tools data, loading stats. We're almost there. And there you go. So now click on create. And then I'm just going to name this Miss Call Rescue Bot. And then description for real estate agents and create. Okay, so that's been created. Da-da. Okay, great, great. Just wait for that a little bit. All right, there you go. So we have it right here. And as you can see, you need to add at least one resource before you can see your spotlight. So I will add this resource that I already prepared. So basically, it's just a Google Sheet of the agent's listings. So we have the address, the pricing, how many beds, how many baths, square foot, neighborhood, key features, status, of course, they're available. Summary is this, okay? So we can add more into this as their listings grow. We can just simply continuously add. So what we're going to do is share this and make sure that is in viewer mode. Copy link, go back to our AskSpot account. Now under integrations, if you click on it, you'll have the Google Sheet and Google Doc option. So let's make sure to select Google Sheet, and then we can just simply enter the URL right here. Now, if you do not want to make this information in viewer mode, if you want to keep this private, you can simply just add this address, email address right here without having to turn this sheet into public mode or viewer mode, okay? So if you want to keep it private, that's another way that you can add this Google Sheet to your sources. So let's make sure to save that. Okay, so that's been processed. If you want to do a preview first of what was added, you can do that simply right here. So as you can see, the AI was able to parse that into this format. So you have your address, your price, your beds, exactly as what we had on the Google Sheet. Now, over here, you have an option to update source. So if you notice, there's new listings added in here. You can just simply refresh the source so that AI will have that information. And then you can also turn on the auto sync, and let's set this to weekly. I think that's fine. So every time there's new information, the AI will be able to digest and add it to its knowledge base. So on just another note, guys, every time you add a source, you'll see the characters pull up in here. So this is how much characters the AI was able to digest from the added sources in here. Okay. So next, let's go now to our settings. And then for our header options, I already prepared a logo for this. So let's go ahead and add that. So it will be this, upload that. There you go. And then for the title, let's just put this. And then for the button text, maybe let's say schedule a viewing, and then put the um, link right there. So that's just fictitious links. You can add the real booking link in that area. So maybe an about us section, maybe a current listing section, maybe a real estate FAQ section. So again, we're just populating this area. Feel free to change this. Um, there you go. Settings saved successfully. Next, let's go to profile. So we will be adding the details of our sample client in here. So we can add media. You have an option to add photo, video, or by URL. So let's go ahead and add a photo in here. And let's use that. Okay, so upload. Okay, that's uploading, uploading. Okay. 19 to 100. Yay. Okay, so that's been added. Next, now that we have our profile, now let's add the description. So let's just provide the name of the real estate agent, save changes for that. And they have social media links. This is the area where you can also add that. So let me skip that for now and go ahead to our chat section. So I think for this, let's just say, hey, I'm your real estate assistant. Sorry we missed your call. I'm here to help right away. And then to get started, please click on the start button. We'll be adding that button later. Or you can also type in your question. So let's just save that. So this will be the AI initial message. So now that we have our general settings added, we've customized our general settings. Let's go over here and just select a theme. I think this one's good. So that's a custom theme that I have on my account. There you go. So I think this is better. Now let's go to our prompt. So this will be the most important part when it comes to creating your chatbots, your AI assistants here in AskSpot. Always make sure to create or craft the system prompt that is relevant to what you want to build here in AskSpot. So basically in here, I just explained the role. So you are a friendly professional AI assistant for Tony Ramirez. And then you help users explore homes currently for sale in the Austin metro area and guide them towards taking the next step, whether that's scheduling a showing, requesting more info, or connecting with Tony directly. Okay. And then I also provided it with a step-by-step discovery flow. So I want the AI to be able to ask like what neighborhood or area in Austin you're interested in, what's your budget range, what's the bedrooms and bathrooms, home type or features. So that's optional. And then once the user provided that, the AI will move on to the step number two, which is the property discovery. So it will show homes currently for sale, use filters provided by the user to match listings closely. If there's no exact match, offer similar or nearby options. So it will be getting this information from this Google Sheet from our source document right here. And then when sharing listings, always include the address and neighborhood, the price, the bed and bath, the square footage. And then I also asked it to limit its response to 3 to 5 listings only, and to also use line breaks and bullets to make it easier to scan and read for the user. And then the last step is to offer to schedule a viewing. So after sharing our listings or upon user interest, naturally offer to book a showing right here. So I also provided the booking link right from here. And then I also provided some guardrails for the AI. So do not provide legal, tax, or mortgage advice if the user is asking about this. So the AI will not be able to provide any advice on those. And also do not speculate, do not fabricate property details, do not make promises or commitments on Tony's behalf, and then just stay focused on real estate discovery and buyer guidance only, since that is its main goal, which is to guide the buyers. Okay. Now that we have our comprehensive system prompt, let's make sure that's saved. And let me just change this to 4.0 right now. Save that. Okay, great. Now that we have our system prompt, let's move on to adding our channels. Okay, add channel. Now, let's just click start in here and turn this off. We don't want that to show. And let's just make sure that's added to our initial message. So click start. So they have this option to click on this. Let me just do a preview. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Missed call rescue bot. The profile section. Hey, I'm your real estate assistant. So sorry we'll miss your call. I'm here to help right away. To get started, please click on the start button. or you can type in your question. So if I click on this start button, okay, so it does start with the flow that we had earlier on this sorry, on the system prompt. So it's getting started with this discover flow, which is good. We will test that later. Let's just make sure to add our form first. So our lead collection form. So add channel over here and then add form. And then let's just make sure to leads collection. They will not see this. We will toggle this off, set this off, but we will set it as primary. So I named it the missed call rescue bot form. Basically, it's collecting their name, their email, and their phone number. So again, when you're adding a form over here on the form channel, you need to pre-create it first on your lead form section inside your AskSpot account. So this is not an IntelliForm that's separate from the leads form itself. So just make sure to create that on this section first. So let me just add that. Collection, turn that off, and then scroll down, miss call rescue bot form, set that as a primary. Now, after sending the first message from the chatbot, this form will pop up and collect their information. After collecting information, they can just proceed chatting with the AI. So let's create that. Okay, save changes. All right. Now let's do some testing. Let me just refresh this. Make sure that's been reflected. Okay, so now click on the start button. Okay. Hi, I'm your real estate assistant. Let's begin by understanding your home search criteria. And then let's just say South Lamar. Okay, thank you for providing your preferred neighborhood. Could you please tell me your budget range? Okay, let's just say 200. Okay, all right. So it provided us with there are no one second. The budget range of 200. Unfortunately, based on the current listings available in the South Lamar area and nearby, there are no homes that match your budget at the moment. So here are a few options in nearby areas, though they are above your specified budget. Okay. Here's a code. Visited. Please let me know how I can assist. You can pick a time that works for you here. And I think it provided the link that I added in the prompt earlier. So I don't think this is correct since I think it should, the flow that we added earlier should ask for their preferred area, their budget, and then how many beds and baths. It will ask that, and then yeah, I don't think it followed our system prompt. So let's troubleshoot that right now. Let me go back here and just refresh this. Okay, so our sources have been added, and then our settings. Let me go to AI config, and let's take a look at our system prompt. Okay, enlarge that. Um, Follow a step-by-step discovery flow. Ask one question at a time. And once all criteria are collected, move on to step number 2. Okay, I think that looks great. Actually, let me just change this to turbo. I don't think there's something wrong with our system prompt. So let's just change that to turbo. And let's try that again. And start. Okay, I think I noticed one thing. Our farm did not trigger. So I think we need to turn the status off from here so that it will trigger. Now let's try that again, okay? Okay, there you go. Start. Okay, so now I click start and it pull up this lead collection form. So that's good. And let's just fill this out. It won't let me continue without filling this out. And submit that. Okay, got it. Thanks. I'll use this info to keep you updated, connect you with Tony. Okay, so it got started with the questions. Can you tell me which neighborhood or area you're interested in? Let's take a look at the listings we added. So let's just say I'm interested in East Austin. Okay. Okay, so so it provided us with the following um listings, but didn't ask the flow or the questions that we wanted earlier. So I will have to take a look at that system prompt and change that. So let's just add a few things in here. So let's just change this as the following questions. Neighborhood, and then the budget range. Okay, let's see here. After the user answered, move on to the next question. And then let's just add it right there also. Is it good? Okay, I think this is good now. Let's try again. So that's why it's super important, guys, to just test and continuously test your AI tools first before deploying it live, because that's where you can just simply just improve and upgrade the AI based on how you want it to behave. So, and I think everything lies on the system prompt. To be honest, when I have issues with AI, I always take a look at my system prompt first. So now let's try that again. I don't think the form will trigger now that I've already answered it from my IP address, because it tends to detect the IP. So if this user was already presented with this form, I will not trigger that again, to not bug them with that. So let's try it again now. Let's get started with finding the perfect home for you in Austin. Okay, let's just say North Loop. And let's see if the AI will continue with our flow. Oh, there you go. Okay, so it didn't continue um with our flow right here, and it just proceeded on having a schedule a private showing. So let's take a look again. Follow. Okay, strictly strictly, oop, strictly follow the step-by-step discover flow below. Ask one question at a time. Step one, step two, and then I think this should be step three. Offer to schedule a viewing. Okay. Now let's try again and change our AI model to 4.1 and preview. There you go. Now let's refresh this. I think Claude followed the flow correctly. Yeah, let's try it on Claude if it still doesn't work on OpenAI. Let's try Claude. Start that. Okay, let's see. Let's say is Austin. Okay, moment of truth. What's your next budget range for a home in East Austin? Um, let's just say 200. How many bedrooms and bathrooms are you looking for in a home in East Austin? Let's just say 3 beds, 2 baths. Okay, thank you. Last question. Is there any specific home features or type you're looking for in East Austin? Let's try this stylish bungalow, art galleries. Okay, great. So I think it was able to pull from our listings correctly, and it was also able to follow our flow. And it also suggested just up to three listings, like what we said earlier. Um, on the flow right here. And then it provided us with the next step, which is to schedule a private showing for one of these homes. So they can just quickly pick a time that works for them in here. So I think we did it. We fixed that issue. So all we had to do was, fix the prompt a little and refine and fix the prompt and also change the AI model to 4.1. So I think that's one of the latest models, right? With OpenAI. So after 5.1, you have 4.1. So that's the steps that we did to fix that. So if you encounter, things like this, the bot going out of your flow that you added in the prompt, so just refine and try changing your AI models, and that should fix the issue. So that's it. That's a wrap on today's build. So it's something that a real estate agent can plug in today, use today, and actually start saving leads with. So you saw how we built the flow, layered in the system prompt, refined it. And with this, we can help turn a missed call into a booking showing or into a qualified link automatically. So you can also adapt this for other service niche, like what I said earlier. And I would really seriously love to see that. If you adapt this to other niche, you can just, simply post it on the AskSpot user community. We would love to see it and, play around with it, test it with you. So yeah, that's it for today's build. Let me just give you guys the link for this, the share link for this. And guys, if you will be adapting this template right here for your client, if you already have a list real estate client. Oh, I think there's a question from Venkat. Okay, I'll get back to you in a bit. So as you can see here, guys, you may want to change the prompting in here. Right now, it's tailored to this client. So all you need to do is copy this entire prompt, ask ChatGPT to tailor it to client name and then the where the business is located and the short description about your client, and that should also help. Okay, and you might also want to add your own sources in here. So this one's basically the listings for this real estate agent. And yep, that would be it. And let me just get the link right here. Copy that and paste that on the chat. Duplicate link for Spotlight. Okay, there you go. Next, let's see here. Um, Dimitri asked, thank you, Kim. Will this training be on school? Yes, certainly it will be on school. I will be posting it along with the duplicate link. Oh, we usually post it within the day, so I should be able to post that within this day. And then there's a question from Venkat. Sorry, I missed the initial part. How are we connecting the missed call with the chatbot? So yeah, earlier I did mention that all the agent has to do is set up the auto reply on their phones. So I think with iPhones you can set up an auto reply message for missed calls. So you can just say, "Hey, I'm tied up at the moment. My assistant can't help right away." Tap the link here, and then you provide the chatbot link. So you can get the chatbot link from the Share tab in your AskSpot account. Go to Code, and then you have your Spotlight link right here. And once they open this, by the way, guys, you can just shorten this if you want. If you want to shorten this link, there's external sites available to shorten this type of links. But let me just right click on that. And if they tap on it, they'll be redirected to this beautiful Spotlight landing page. So let's see, any other question? There's one from Chandrakant. Other than webhooks, will AskSpot provide any options to share the chats to user dynamically through link without manually downloading the chats? Yes, you can actually do that right now, Chandrakant. Most AskSpot users share the chats data or the chat log to their client this way. So all you need to do just go here on chat section. So as you can see, we already have six open chats for this. And you'll see on this chat sections, you have an option to go to chat settings. And this is where you can see share chats. So do you want to share? You can set a password that only you and your client knows. And then you can provide this link, direct link to your client. So let me just open it up to show you an example of how it works. Go there. Okay, loading. Okay, there you go. So this is exactly what your client will see when you share them. This link. If you want, you can white label this. If you already have added a custom domain into your AskSpot account, this will be white labeled to your custom domain. So this is the only thing that they'll see. They won't be able to access your AskSpot dashboard, your settings, the sources you added. They'll only be able to access the chats that you have. And it makes them, I mean, it makes it easier for them to take a look at this, right? Instead of having to download everything, I think this is better. There you go, right there. I hope that cleared up. I hope that cleared it up for you, Chandrakant. Let me know if you need other ways to share with your client. So when it comes to also, guys, let me just add this. When it comes to lead collection, aside from webhook, if you do not want to set up the webhook, but you want the client to be notified every time that data is collected, like for example, this data was collected from our lead forms, you can just simply set it up over here on our lead form section. Go to your opt-in form. And then over here, you have the mail automation. So you can just put the owner email right here. You can just provide an email address where you would like to receive this form submissions. Keith said, since most realtors sell other realtors' listings, not just their own, can this be trained to offer other? Oh, yeah, certainly. It can be trained to offer other realtors' listings. Just make sure to provide that under sources and make sure to also maybe reference that on the prompt that it can also offer other realtors' listings. So yeah, that is certainly possible. Deb says, can you share your Google Sheet so we can have the template? Thanks. Yep, certainly. Let me just share this with you guys. Share, and then anyone with the link viewer. So you can just make a duplicate copy of this, guys. Once you receive this, just click on File, and then click the Make a Copy so that you will have it on your account and you can start changing and modifying this template. So let me just put that right here in the chat. Duplicate link for Google Sheet. There you go. Let's see here. Any other questions, maybe? Any questions that you guys may have? Dimitri says, no, thank you, Kim. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you also. So if there's no other questions regarding this bill today, well, you guys, I super appreciate you all for joining. And I will see you on the next live help call. That will be on Thursday. Thank you all and have a great, oh, there's one, sorry, there's one from Robin. Is it possible to add an image of the property to the list? Yes, you can add an image of the property to the list. I would add it as a link. So I think if you use link to image, because I'm sorry, the chatbots here or the bots here in AskSpot can display images based on public available links. So you can just simply provide the link right here. So we can just put that right there, and it will show the property image along with the details of the property. Well, just make sure to add that to the prompt to display the property image. Also, and then Chandrakant says the share options will work the same with IntelliForm after getting output. Um, yeah, certainly for IntelliForm. One second, let me just go there actually, just to make sure. Where's our IntelliForm templates? So you're asking about if it works the same with IntelliForm sharing, right? So let's take a look at that actually. Share. Um, okay, so with the IntelliForm, since this is basically a form, Chandrakant, the only way that you can share this with your clients is through downloading this as a CSV or setting this up as a webhook. But if you enable chats, if you enable chats for your IntelliForm, which you can, you guys, in the IntelliForms, you will see all of those pull up right here. And I think that you can share with your clients. But when it comes to the form collected inputs, I think you will have to download the CSV file for that to share it with your clients. That's a great suggestion, actually. Should I think we should have that option too on the IntelliForm. Maybe we can ask the devs about that. Oh, also, guys, just a quick update before we wrap up the call. Just a super quick update. So, on the last live help call, someone asked if we can share some upcoming new features here in AskSpot for the coming 2026. So, we are going to be making updates and improvements to the AskSpot platform. Right now, our devs are working on updating the backend infrastructure with more modern current frameworks, but these things are not features, but they are needed for a platform stability standpoint. So that will be, I think, released on 2026, on January 1st, 2026. So you have a smoother experience on AskSpot. You have more modern and current frameworks on AskSpot. And throughout the year, we will be adding features like small features that helps make your work faster here in AskSpot. So yeah, let's just look forward to that, and we will keep you guys posted for any new updates, of course. And that's it. Thank you all so much for joining this live call. I really, really appreciate you, and have a great Tuesday. Bye, guys.